And we're going to go live now to CP24's Beatrice Vaisman, who's standing by with Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie, who just outlined the city's new housing plan. Beatrice, what more can you tell us?
Well, we're going to talk about it right now with Mayor Crombie because it is a big announcement for people who live and work here in the city of Mississauga and want to call it home as well. Mayor, let's talk about what this means for the city and people who maybe are thinking about moving to Mississauga.
Yeah, so it'll provide more housing, and I'm hoping more affordable housing. We've been given a target of building 120,000 new homes over the next decade, so that's 12,000 units per year. So we have a very aggressive plan in place and how we can accommodate that growth and do it gently as well.
I guess, how do you accommodate that in one of the biggest municipalities in this country? We see more and more people maybe leaving the 416, looking towards the 905, and I'm sure you'd love to have them here in Mississauga.
Well, of course, we're looking at ways of attracting and accepting more density, more intensification, particularly in zones where we have outlined that we will accept density, such as the waterfront, Cooksville, along our transit corridors. But we don't want a city that's mega towers alone. So we want to have sort of more medium height units, more intensification in stacked townhomes, duplexes, triplexes, sixplexes, garden suites, and in addition, secondary units inside people's homes, because we know that people are overhoused. We know there are many seniors who are living in a large home, that they can accommodate another family in their basement once it's renovated.
When it comes to condos, I mean, we've seen the cranes in the city of Toronto. It's become kind of a concrete jungle with these glass towers everywhere. So how do you assure, I guess, the people here in your city that they're not going to see this quick exponential growth when it comes to these towers?
I give my commitment to the residents of the city of Mississauga that we will preserve the character of our city. Yes, they will see more towers, but only where it makes sense, in the downtown, in the uptown, and along the transit corridors. We're looking for other ways to increase our density and intensification, much in the way I have described: medium density, lower density in the towns and the stacked towns and the duplexes. So it's called exclusionary zoning. So we allow more than one unit be built when a house is taken down or two homes are taken down. Let's build some townhomes to accommodate more families.
You've been pretty passionate in terms of speaking out against amalgamation for the city of Peel. How, I guess, would that hamper your plan? Because you're clear during your press conference, you think it would hamper your plan.
No, it absolutely would. They would have to accommodate growth of 246,000 units for the three municipalities. It's a bridge too far. You know, we're looking at being nimble. We're looking at being innovative, fast. We want to get development applications out quickly. We want to cut red tape, cut the duplication. We want to be an independent, single-tier municipality. We make no secret about that. We speak loudly and clearly about that, and I think it would speed things up. You know, I've been very passionate about it. It is to fulfill a legacy that Hazel McCallion began a decade ago, and I know that the Premier has spoken to her and made a commitment to her to see it through. So I'm very hopeful that when the facilitators go through the process, they come to the same conclusion.
And yet the Premier has in the past spoken in favor of an amalgamation, and he's accused you in the past of not wanting to play on the sandbox with other municipal issues. So what do you say to the Premier in this case?
Well, the Premier has also spoken very favorably about a single-tier cities and how more flexible we are and how we're able to cut red tape and how we reduce the duplication. And his government is all about cutting red tape. So I think he sees it from both perspectives. I'm very hopeful that that's the direction they'll want to go.
I think the elephant in the room is, will she or won't she run for the provincial Liberal Party to, you know, sit across from the Premier at Queen's Park? So will she or won't she?
Well, I'm very flattered by all the attention, but you can see here today I'm very passionate about my city. I'm very committed to us driving home a single-tier independent city. I'm very committed to developing the 120,000 units over the next decade, and I'm very passionate about building the hospital. Just this morning, we had a big announcement of a major investment into our city by Orlando Corporation. We thank them very much for being the first corporation to stand up and make a donation of that size. Earlier this week, we celebrated a $500 million investment in innovation at AstraZeneca and 500 new employees. So there's a lot to do here at this city. I love my job. I'm passionate about Mississauga. I love being the mayor, and that's where I'm singularly focused right now.
Where did these rumors get started, Mayor?
Well, I'm not sure, but I will be attending a convention this weekend where one of the opposition parties, the Liberal Party, is rebuilding, and I think it's very important to drive home municipal issues to all the opposition parties. I'm also chair of the Ontario Big City Mayors, so it's very important for me to come and speak about municipal issues and the impact some of the legislation is having on cities. In addition, I'll take the opportunity to talk about how important it is to Mississauga to be a single-tier independent city. but that's this weekend. I'm also attending Thursday evening on the invitation of the Premier, an event he's having. So, I try to cover all political parties.
There's no rumor, though, that you're running to replace Premier Doug Ford. So is there anything that, I guess, any conversations that could, at least plant the bug in your ear to say maybe this is a job that I could consider, anything that could change your mind? Because it wasn't a hard no.
Well, right now, I'm solely focused on the priorities of Mississauga.
Okay, and what's your message going to be to the AGM for the Liberals this weekend? I know you were invited by a group of Liberals from Oakville.
Yes, I was, as was Anna Balau, and 3 of my councillors are joining me, so it won't be me exclusively. There will be a group of us, of municipal leaders. Of course, Anna Balau is putting her name forward to run for mayor of the City of Toronto. She has been a councillor, and she was also the housing czar, so she understands these issues. My message will be clear. Mississauga wants to be an independent, single-tier city. We want to take our tax dollars and reinvest them in our city, not send them up to the region or up to other municipalities to support and finance their growth.
And final question then, are you having conversations, though, in terms of consideration for the Ontario Liberal Party?
You're relentless, Beatrice.
I'm trying.
I have a great team. I'm so proud of my team and the work we're doing here.
Okay, to be continued. Mayor Crombie, thank you for your time. Thanks so much. Lindsay, I'll send it back to you in the newsroom.
Okay, Beatrice, thanks for that. That's CP24's Beatrice Faisman.